Hey, I know a lot of you guys out there house hunting. Take a look at this one. A good deal in real estate, particularly if you want to live in Beverly Hills. Now, the price on this house that you're taking a look at just been reduced, down 24% now. It's only going to cost you about $149 million. By the way, it belongs to hedge fund operator Jeff Green, and that's the same guy that earlier this year told Americans that, guess what? You should learn how to live with less. So think about that. How can we rekindle the American dream when you've got politicians and billionaires telling us, forget about it? Maybe that's why Donald Trump is soaring. But the question is the American dream really still attainable? Why do these limo billionaire hedge fund guys get special tax breaks? It's making so many people angry. The deck feels stacked against them. Want to bring back Dr. Gina Loudon and Ross Gerber. All right, Dr. Gina, listen, I preach the American dream all the time, but admittedly, it is getting harder and harder, particularly from a spiritual point where people look up to their leader, a president that never talks about really truly succeeding in this country, and then other successful people who say it's no longer possible.
Yeah, there are two kinds of rich people, Charles, and you know this probably better than anyone. Those like Obama and this guy with the house who don't want anyone else to be rich. They want to be the only rich guy. And then there are those like Donald Trump, like you, who say, hey, I made a lot of money. I want to help you make a lot of money because I know that we all do better when we all make a lot of money. Two different kinds of people. So, I just don't have a lot of respect for this guy speaking from such a sort of greedy elitist perspective.
You know, I agree with you 1,000%. Unfortunately, I think the message is beginning to seep in. We see entrepreneurship at all-time lows. We see and hear things from millennials that doesn't sound like their previous generations with respect to, hey, I can start a business, I can do things and become wildly successful. That feels like it's fading away, Ross.
Well, you know, I live in Southern California, and it's a totally different vibe where I live. It's entrepreneurial businesses everywhere. I got buddies raising money and hiring people and doing amazing things. So I don't agree with this at all. I think that there's great opportunities out there. You can start a business on the internet right now and be a multimillionaire.
I know you can,
I know
Ross.
kids doing it.
I know in Silicon Valley, over half the jobs, half the businesses being created right now are being created by people who weren't born in this country. So I understand where you are is like a magnet for that kind of stuff. But I'm talking about native-born Americans that used to believe when Tocqueville came to this country, he went back to Europe. You know what he told everyone? Those people are nuts. They think everyone can be rich. If they weren't born in the realm, they think they can be rich. That European thinking, he could not believe that this country was so, that we had such chutzpah, if you will, that everyone thought they could make it. So, yeah, I get where you are, but you might have to take a drive from where you are to me. I say probably swing through Mississippi, swing through Alabama, come up through Oklahoma. Go ahead, Dr. Gina.
Charles, things aren't so great in California, by the way. There is a mass exodus of the middle class out of California. You can say what you want, but people are moving. I live in California, too. I live in Southern California.
That is not
I actually
true.
know the neighborhood really well.
I can't even get home. You're wrong.
That's not true.
People are coming into this state.
Has made California
you can't
such
drive
a
anywhere.
socialist mecca.
Go ahead.
It's so expensive.
Let Gina finish, Ross, and then you
leaving.
get back in. Go ahead, Gina.
The middle class is absolutely leaving. Charles, all you have to do is look at the statistics. These statistics are out there everywhere. I've seen you talk about this 100 times on your show.
Know, Ross,
what he's saying is not true.
Ross, we do know that over 1 million people left California. A lot of businesses have left also, and they've been replaced mostly by babies and illegal immigrants. So I know it's crowded where you are.
Exactly
I know it's crowded where you are, but a lot of talent has left that state.
It's a ridiculous conversation. First of all, people have left, jobs have left California, and I agree with that. It's a very cumbersome state to start a business. And Tesla is a perfect example, opening up the plant across the border here in Nevada versus California. But the fact of the matter is California is booming right now. There's construction on every corner in every type of neighborhood. There's jobs being created, construction's everywhere. It's unbelievable boom here right now.
If we can just get that to spread, if we can get that to come out east.
Mississippi is a disaster.
If we can get that to come out east, Ross, everybody would feel a lot better. All right, guys, let's leave it right.
Look at New York City.
Let's leave it right
New
there.
York City's
three steps off the beach.
There are a few sweet spots, if you will, but for the most part, the country is hurting.
Yeah, like every major city. I was in Chicago. I was in.
Well, I'm glad you didn't get shot while you were there.
Happening.
Let's leave it there, guys. Have a great 3-day weekend. All right, coming up, the Federal Reserve having a real hard time understanding Main Street.